Hey, you know what your problem is? I don't think I've seen you at Kenny's, the other Rogers music venue in Corbin, Kentucky. I should see you there sometime. We got some shows coming up. Here's some flyers for you. Some shows in June and July. Yeah, I hope to see you there.
You got to come check out this new venue, Kenny's. This is Mayor Susie. I totally approve this message, and I approve this place.
Are you looking for somewhere in Corbin, Kentucky to host your next event? Here we have it at Harvey's on Main at 115 Main Street. Let's check it out. Step into timeless charm and unforgettable elegance at this stunning historic venue. With breathtaking architectural details and an inviting open floor layout, Harvey's is the perfect setting for your next special event. Delight in the breathtaking bar complete with tap, a fully equipped kitchen for seamless catering, clean and accessible restrooms, a beautiful elevated stage for speakers, performers, or presenters. And for weddings and formal events, relish in the comfort and privacy of the bridal suite. Whether you're hosting an intimate gathering or a large celebration, Harvey's on Main provides the perfect scene to create lasting memories. Thoughtfully designed by the owner, who will be by your side every step of the way to ensure all your wants and needs are met. Book today and let Harvey's bring your vision to life.
How's it look?
Wow, that looks hard, my guy. You know what's actually hard? Getting people to notice your business in a world where everybody's screaming for attention. While everybody else is posting boring ads no one remembers, we built one of the fastest growing podcasts in the region. Over 15,000 followers and climbing, and more than 65% of them right here in the Tri-County area.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. That's not just views. That's local eyes, local customers, local money. We don't make commercials people forget. We make commercials people quote.
So if your business is tired of sounding like every other business, come sit at the table. No sugarcoating podcast. We are not just growing an audience. We are building attention.
What if reality wasn't limited to the world around you, but expanded by the experiences you could step into? The moment the headset goes on, curiosity turns into immersion. Every step becomes part of the story. Every moment pulls you deeper into the experience. Designed to blur the line between virtual and real, this is more than gaming. It's total immersion. The best moments aren't just seen, they're shared. Step beyond the scene. Step into the experience. Zone perception. Unlock your imagination.
Kick off your boots, come gather round. We're digging
call it crazy, we just ask why. Laugh if you wanna, but you just might see there's more to the world than they want it to be. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien secrets to break. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Truth or a tale, come and see. We're gonna have some fun, y'all.
In a world where feelings are protected and men have traded big, beautiful beards for man purses and man buns, comes to you a podcast you always wanted and never knew you needed. A podcast where feelings are left at the door and conversations happen unfiltered and no sugarcoating.
What is going on? Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, every TikTok, whatever platform that you catch us on. Guys, we are so excited tonight. Like, we have a face with us that you may recognize. And this guy's running for governor. It's kind of a big deal. So let me turn it over to Jericho and Bruiser4Governor, Mr. Charles Martin.
Oh, Charles Martin. All right, so like we told you this first hour, let's just get to know you.
Okay.
Who you are, where you've come from. You know, obviously, if people doesn't know, you've been on TV already on the Discovery Channel.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Moonshiners.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, but start us off. Go from the very beginning. Who are you? Where are you from?
Where'd you grow up at? Where'd you go to school?
Yeah. So, my name's Charles Martin. Everybody calls me Bruiser. Born and raised in Manchester, Kentucky, good old Clay County.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 1987. Yep. 86, my bad, 1986. I'm 39-year-old, but I went to Clay County High School, and the day after I graduated, I went to coal mines. Spent 12 years in the coal mine, and, you know, the economy and all that, when the mine shut down in 2016, went out western Kentucky and worked in the mines for about another year, and then that started shutting down out there. Came back home, got homesick, and started driving a gas truck. Spent about 7 years in a gas truck, and got asked to come on the Moonshiner show, and that's when I rallied up every penny I could and joined the show and opened my own business.
So how'd you get asked to come on the Moonshiner show?
It started at a car show, and we was talking, and I was talking to Mark and Digger, and they got a kick out of the way I look and talk, and they was like, "Oh my God, you're like a real deal hillbilly," and I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You got all your teeth and a little bit of education," and I was like, "Yeah." So they asked me to come on the show, and I did, you know, and that was that.
Went on from there.
Yeah. Like I said, I opened my own business, and
What's the name of that?
Tiger Shine Copper.
Tiger Shine Copper.
Yep, Tiger Shine Copper.
So, guys, check that out. He's
Yeah,
does a lot of work. Does a lot of work that you can see on the page.
Yeah. So the first time I was on the Moonshiner show, I was on Master Distiller, and that's a competition show where you take 3 moonshiners and the best one wins. And I won that show, and I won it with you know, a family recipe with Tiger Shine. You know, the name come from Clay County. You know, Clay County Tigers. So
Gotcha.
that was where the name of my liquor came from. You know, Tiger Shine. And
Instead of moonshine, Tiger
it's
Shine.
Tiger Shine.
Because it's Clay County.
Yeah. It's moonshine hillbillied up. So I won the show with it, and then they asked me to come on the actual Moonshiner show, and I did. And hi, Dad. And then I went back and done Master Distiller again, and I'm the only person in the world that's ever won the show twice.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The second time, I did some bourbon and stuff like, some different stuff. But I'm the only person that's ever won it 2 times.
So that's amazing. And this jewel's been hanging right out here in Laurel County this whole time.
Yeah.
Nobody know that.
How are you not a host of the show now?
I don't know. But I stay to myself a lot. I mean, I work a lot. Like since I opened my own business, I work 7 days a week, daylight to dark. It's a blessing and it's a burden. But I'm grateful that it's successful, because you see so many businesses open up and don't make it, and I've done really good. I built moonshine stills and anything you could want out of copper. I mean, I've made crazy stuff: pots and pans, coffee cups, skillets, kettles, license plates. I build distillery stills too for like legal distilleries.
Yeah.
I build stills for them, commercial use and outlaw use. I'm a legal business. I'm a LLC.
Right.
So everything I do, it's legal. I'm in the process of opening a distillery.
You were saying that.
Yep. They're in London.
Is the name of the distillery going to be
Tiger Shine Copper Distillery? Yep. We got approved for everything last week, which it's been an ongoing battle for, I guess, 7 or 8 months, trying to get all our permits and all our ducks in a row. And it's a big process, so we've got that going on. And we're hoping here this summer, have a grand opening and, all that. Got a huge following from like the show, like with other moonshiners and stuff.
I can imagine being and somebody said, say it again, brother, 2-time master distiller.
2-time.
That's right.
2-time master distiller.
So I can imagine you got people reaching out to you all over the country,
Yeah.
the show, and they're like, man, this guy's putting in the work.
Yeah. Anybody that knows me, they'll tell you, they're like, all he does is work. He don't never enjoy life. He just works. If I ain't working, I'm helping somebody else. If I ain't at the shop building something, I'm helping another distillery or, helping somebody make their product better, doing something.
That's awesome. And so what got you making distilleries and stuff like that? I mean, what kind of triggered the interest in it? Or has there always been a Clay County interest?
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Clay County, kind of seen a lot of moonshining, been around it a lot my whole life. If you ever been to Clay County, ain't much over there. There's a prison.
We call them streetwalkers. I used to
there's a lot of the
work over there, and there'd be people that just look like zombies walking down the streets, and they're pushing carts. And it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what time of day. You can go at 3:00 in the morning to downtown Manchester and find this. There's somebody pushing a cart in the city sometime, all the time, all day.
Yeah. It's tough.
It is.
It's a different world, and that's one thing too that a lot of people's never seen is like rural Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you don't live here, you think Kentucky, you think wealthy bourbon distilleries and horse parks and the Derby.
Yeah, that's northern.
Kentucky Wildcats. Yeah.
That's all northern.
You come to Eastern Kentucky, it's a different world. And Western Kentucky ain't much different. They struggle a lot out that way too. Kentucky really struggles across the bottom.
Well,
from east to west.
You're right, and we were talking about that earlier. And I don't mean to talk politics the first hour, and I'll back away from it after this. But we had another gentleman that was running for Hal Rogers' seat.
Yeah,
and he said that the district, I think it was District 4, is the poorest district in the entire country, not state, country.
Yeah,
and we're in
District 4. It's a shame that a lot of people that speak for us in this part of the state are in Lexington and Louisville.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you do down here. If you don't have people in Lexington and Louisville, then
they decide who our representatives are on a state level.
Yeah, people have no idea.
I don't know. I've been in Western Kentucky quite a bit,
Mm-hmm.
and it's totally different here, man. Like this.
Oh,
This is rural.
yeah,
You know, when
yeah.
you're talking about Clay County and
Well,
and-
I was comparing it to Lexington and Louisville and
Yeah.
stuff. Like Western ways. Way
now,
behind that,
now, Western Kentucky, they got a lot of Amish and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, they got a lot of hard-working, back-breaking men there.
Yeah, now like around Elizabethtown and Bowling Green and stuff, they're doing pretty good. But you get on out around Paducah and stuff, and it starts looking real familiar. You know?
Yeah, I would agree with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, Paducah
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like Kentucky struggles across the bottom. You know, the northern part of the state, you know, it's in good shape. That's where all your politics are. We'll wait on that. But that's where all your money and everything is. You know, there's what three people to every one of us. You know,
Right.
I'd say
Yeah,
that's
it's-
fair
yeah.
guesstimate.
And yeah, it's just a guesstimate. That ain't, you know, don't need fact checked or nothing. That was just a guess.
You're still going to fact check us.
Well, yeah. But no, I mean that's all that our leaders is worried about. You know, is
It feels that
Frankfurt,
way.
Louisville, Lexington. Yeah. It really feels that way, and we'll get
into that.
because that's kind of why I'm running for governor.
Right.
Yeah, is because of that reason right there.
But I mean, Clay County, you get into
Mhm.
the Hazards, the Harlans, you know, those are more deeply impacted than we are. I mean, when people talk about going to someplace nice,
Yeah.
they talk about coming to Corbin and London.
I'll tell you,
You know,
what,
this is the Harlan Hazard crowd.
Yeah, like growing up, oh man, it was a treat to go to London.
Yeah.
Like school shopping or out to eat or something. Like we didn't get to go much, but you know, when we did, it was like, oh my God, big city. You know?
I never seen London until I was able to get out myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the first time I went to Lexington, I was probably 20. And I was like, gosh, this is still Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
We was actually,
I thought the same thing.
we was actually going to Kings Island. And I was like, there's no way this is still Kentucky. Why do they got this and we got dirt roads?
Right.
You know,
Well, I mean, living in Corbin, we always thought Lexington or Knoxville was the place to go to,
Mhm.
you know? But like I said, you get in the real rural areas, you know, Corbin and London are big deals.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Look, here's how I've learned to judge it. How you know you're in rural poverty, Kentucky, is when everybody's all of a sudden nice to you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nobody's.
We've had different experiences.
Yeah. Well, I've spent a lot of time in Harlan and, you know,
Yeah.
all kinds of places like that. And
Yeah, I spent 12 years in Harlan.
yeah, well, you know, out of all the people I've met, let's say down in Harlan, I probably only come across 2 rude people. Everybody else was super nice and humble to me. And
They was tourists.
no,
They probably weren't.
no, I'm going to their houses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But no, it's when we would go down there, people knew that we didn't live there.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have our clothes weren't that different. We didn't have that much different of an accent, but they knew.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys aren't from around here, huh?
I've never been asked that.
No, never.
No, not one time being in Harlan, I've been asked that.
Yeah.
Everybody just assumes I'm right there with them.
Yeah. I wonder why that is, Jared.
You got a mirror. But no, I mean, it's just, it's different life. You know, like growing up in the hills.
Yeah.
You know, and then the farther north and farther west you go, you know, you get out of the hills. It's different. You know, and there's a lot of good people. You know, a lot of good.
Some of the best people.
And it's a shame that like some people have to live the way they do. You know, with the amount of money that Kentucky wastes. You know, and the amount of taxes that they take from us with people struggling like they are.
Man, have you been through Cumberland, Kentucky?
Yeah. Yeah.
All them coal camps and stuff?
Yeah.
My Lord.
But have you been, all that's shut down. It's like a ghost
I'm
town.
talking about, no, the houses.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Stuff, all them coal camp houses.
Yeah. People live in, they still
yes.
live there. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see how. But they can't afford to do anything different.
Now there's a cow camp up on Redbird in Clay County.
Yeah.
And people still live there. The little store's still there. It's the store's modernized, but nothing else has. But I mean, like when the mine shut down, man, back in 2016, like there was no money. There's nowhere else to work. So like it's either get on drugs, sell drugs, or move. And it's hard to move when you ain't got no money.
Especially because that's generational property.
Yeah.
Most of the people that live there have lived there since their great grandparents lived there.
But they done good, like good living. Yeah, good livings until, around, it started getting bad, Co did, in like about 2013, 2014. And then by 2016, it was like it never existed,
And see, I don't think the government really realized
what they did.
Yeah, what they done. Like how important coal was to us.
Well, we had a rally over there, and they had built that sportsplex in Hazard, between Hazard and Hyman. And we had a rally over. I think there was like 12,000 in the neighborhood of coal miners that was losing their job. And there's a guy who was, actually, I'm not going to talk bad about him because the crap rose downhill. But he actually just won an election. He stood and told us that they was bringing steel factories in, steel mills and stuff like that for us not to riot and rally and, raise Cain. We'd never miss a day of work. So we kept right on digging coal, and I never seen the first dozer blade hit the ground for a steel mill or nothing, It's kind of just,
just whatever to get you to shut up.
Yeah. And that was wrong. That's 10 years later, and there still ain't nothing been replaced the coal mines.
No.
And there won't be.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I don't think there will be.
Until there's a major change in Frankfurt, there won't be.
I don't disagree with you. I was telling somebody earlier today, I said, if nothing changes,
it's only going to get worse.
Nothing changes.
It's only going to get worse.
Worse is it's going to continue going in the direction it's going if nothing changes.
Yeah, the Knott County Sportsplex. That's a killer building, man. I mean, that place is nice. And you got to think, I mean, they spent a couple $1 million building that, but coal was booming. And now it's, it's rough, They
knew what they were doing, Jericho. Poor people are easier to make dependent on the government, easier to control.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
That is a fact.
Yeah, I believe that too.
That is a fact. And we'll get into that when we start talking politics. Right. But that's why they've watered down our school systems, watered down our teaching, and take from it. They want us, the dumber we are, the better off the government is.
The more dependent we are.
Yeah, they want us just smart enough to work and pay taxes.
Well, think about how many people, though, around here are living heavily off the government.
Oh, yeah.
The food stamps, disability. I know people on disability that has no reason to be on disability.
Oh, yeah, I do too.
But just because the government will give it to them, they'll sign up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's another generational thing.
It is. And I look at it from both sides. I mean, I'm a Republican, right? But, I got a lot of Jesus in me, love the Lord. And I try to find the best in every situation. And a lot of it's due to there's no work. There's no jobs.
That's what it,
I mean, not everybody who's cheating the government and drawing, on welfare for no reason whatsoever. And I'm not talking about all of them, but some of them, that's their only means of survival. Like a coal miner, for example, on average, they make about $100,000 a year, and that was from the general laborers to, the bosses. They do a little better than that, and you take that from somebody and put them making $30,000 a year. Right. How you going to survive?
It's hard.
It's hard. I did it, but now Dad burn. It was hard. It was hard. It took a lot of prayer and a lot of giving up. you know,
readjusting your life.
yeah, had to completely change my lifestyle. My kids did too, you know, it was hard on all of us. So I kind of see it from both sides, you know.
See, my father drew disability. He was a coal miner.
Mm-hmm.
Got crushed in the coal mines. He passed away when he was 49.
Yep.
Had all kinds of health issues. Some of it tied to the coal mine. My papaw had black lung. I mean, we are a coal family on that side.
Yeah.
So it's nothing that we're not familiar with. My dad went on to Frankfurt he rioted back in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
When everybody went to Frankfurt to do that, he was part of that. And you're right. When they take that living from you, and it's a hard living. It's not an easy living. I mean, there's not a lot of coal miners that get to retire at 65. A lot of them are on disability by the time they're in their 50s because they just beat their body to death doing their stuff. You know, my dad was a Jeep driver, I think.
Yeah.
But when they take that from you, and it's the only thing you know, and it's the only thing that pays, like that around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then what do you do?
I was lucky. And my brother, he drives a truck cross country and comes home, I don't know, every 2 or 3 weeks. You know, he worked with me in the mines. And, you know, that's not no life, man.
It's not.
It's not. But I mean, he makes as good money as he did in the mines, you know, but he's never home.
Even truck driving, people don't realize how hard that really is on your body because you're sitting there almost doing nothing.
7 years out of the mine shut down, you know, driving gas truck. And it's hard work for little money. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I worked hard, man, and I still work hard, you know. Working in the mines was hard. That's you know, that's just the way I was raised. You know, that's all I know. But yeah, there's no replacement. You know, like when all the mines shut down, there was nothing. A great American. Yeah, I love America. When the mine shut down, there was nothing came to replace it. You know, and that hurt Kentucky bad. You know, Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky, all across the bottom, like I was saying. You know, it didn't really affect Northern Kentucky.
No, and people go to where jobs are.
Yeah.
Like half my family went in the coal mines.
Yeah.
The other half of my family went to build cars in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was we're going to go work at GM.
Yeah.
Or we're going to work in the coal mine.
And I tried that. You know, I tried to leave. And, man, it's hard. You know, leave your mom, leave your dad, leave your grandparents. And
family's different here.
Yeah, we're close. You know, we're close.
And,
you know,
that's a big deal, too. I think that people just leave out is how dependent families are on one another down here. Like
I went to Western Kentucky and I stayed about a year because their mines didn't, you know, they didn't shut down like ours did because of sulfur coal and stuff. You know, I worked some there in Indiana and, you know, this side of Louisville, you know, but man, I stayed sick, homesick, you know, miss my dogs and, you know, my mom, my dad and my granny and, man, miss, you know, my church family. And finally I said, man, money ain't worth it. And I come back home, you know, and thank the Lord, a preacher at church, you know, he told me, he's like, we need a truck driver, you know, down there at the gas company. And I was like, well, I've never drove a truck. I've always been underground. And he's like, oh, you'll be fine. And it worked out, you know. And we actually got an Amazon come in London about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, they hired quite a few, but
I didn't see much change with that.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you got the amount of people that are willing to work and there's nowhere for them to work, when you open something that say employs 200-300 people,
it's full quick.
Yeah, it's not a spit in the bucket to what we need.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'm pretty sure there was, like I said, 12,000 is, I believe, how many coal miners was out of work in 2016. You know, and that's a lot of people. Yeah, Amazon, they hired, I think, 200 or 300.
And it did nothing.
No, that's not even 1,000 out of the other 11. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, the math ain't mathing. You know, it would take a lot of Amazons, you know, and factories. And,
Good thing we got all those data centers coming in.
yeah, and we can talk about them now or we can wait, but boy, I ain't about the data centers now.
They hired a total of 13 people for
Oh yeah.
45 acres.
Yeah. I delivered, nitrogen. They use nitrogen to purge them things, like before they fire them up and get them online. And there's one or two in northern Kentucky, out in the rural, you know, northeast. And this has been several years ago. He said two. They was putting them in, and I was actually taking the nitrogen to them. They didn't talk about them on the news. They didn't talk about them like on Facebook. Nobody knew what there was. You know, now they're talking about it, and I was delivering the guys to them, and I didn't know what there was. You know, they fired that one up, and man, it was like, I mean, 50 yards from it, felt like you was standing next to a microwave. You know, like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, you can feel it, and you know, they're bad, man. Like, they destroy the water.
I've seen that.
You know, like, I know a lot of people don't drink out of the creeks like we do, but there won't be no more of that. You know, the animal, I don't even know if it'd be safe for the animals to drink, you know. Destroys farmland, destroys the water.
They don't care about our animals.
They don't care about it. And that's another thing. Like, the people in Frankfurt, and we'll get into, I'll hit it a little bit and then we'll wait part two. But, they have no idea, like, hunting and fishing, you know, four-wheeling.
North of Richmond.
Yeah, four-wheeling and hiking and stuff like that. And that's what them data centers ruin. They'll take that from us. You know, animals won't get around the things, you know,
Well,
and it destroys the water.
What's the purpose of them things, though?
I don't know. They'll do absolutely nothing to benefit rural Kentuckians. And they'll do nothing to benefit any Kentuckian as far as I'm concerned.
Data centers are built for one thing, and that's to make Google rich, Facebook rich.
Yeah, they're not going to help us. The only thing they're going to do, they're going to take from us. Like I said, I mean, they'll take hunting.
Collect all our data, sell it, and then take all our resources.
They'll take her hunting and fishing, you know, hiking, four-wheeling, and that's all they'll do is just destroy nature, you know, and not benefit us at all. You know,
That's what we
should
need.
send this clip to Luke Bryan so he can write a song about it. You know.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's all we need. Just more of that, though. I mean, they've logged us to death. We barely got any woods left, I feel like.
See, everything that rural Kentuckians survived on, you know, is farming and coal. They took coal from us, but before they took the coal from us, you know, like back home in Clay County, you couldn't drive down the road without seeing tobacco fields. They're not there no more because they decided it was a good idea to start buying tobacco from overseas. You know, it's cheaper. You know, instead of this homegrown tobacco. So they took that from our farmers first. And then he's either a farmer or a coal miner. So then they took the coal.
It's really hard to imagine something overseas being cheaper.
It's not. It's not. It's the kickbacks they get.
Yeah, it's
know.
all the.
It's the kickbacks.
Yep.
You know, it's the same thing with the data centers. They're not going to benefit us. We're going to pay the higher electric bills. I don't care what they say about the data centers paying their own electric bills and crap. Our electric bills will still go up.
Well,
and
they give them a discount.
Yeah.
They give them a break and then raise the rate.
Yeah, this is actually big in Lexington right now because the data center bought Lexmark, the printer place.
Yeah.
That property.
Mm-hmm.
And they were going to put a data center there.
Yeah.
Right.
And they still may.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lexington mayor says, no, we're not giving you no incentives to build this because she started getting a lot of backlash.
Right.
And they're like, why did we allow this sale to this data center right in the middle of Lexington? Because they're right off News Circle. Lexmark is.
Yeah.
You know, why did we allow this? She's like, I had no idea that this was this was a private sale. We're not going to give them any incentives.
It puts a strain on the power grid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll be the ones pay for that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
upgrade
guarantee
the
it.
infrastructure.
Mark it down. Mark it down.
Hot
That's the
tax.
same reason they do everything they do to us for the kickbacks.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, I heard they partnered with all these co-ops like Jackson Energy and
Mhm.
all this, and
To get those discounts,
Yeah.
increase the rates for everybody else. So
yeah.
that's why my electric bill
it
been
takes
going up.
away. Well, I mean, they're buying up farmland that could be
Thanks,
used
Obama.
Yeah,
I'm just teasing.
and building these big acres of building that they're only going to be able to hire 100 people at best, right? So, but it takes away from everything. Like you said, tobacco. I grew up doing tobacco in the summer job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's like I said, when I growed up, I mean, like it was rural, and they was what you call, poor people, but not like poor people now. I mean, everybody either farmed or worked in the mines. I mean, there was money,
and you could make money because there's
Yeah.
always something to do on a farm.
but now there's nothing.
No,
There's nothing.
and we still got plenty of coal left
Oh gosh, yeah.
to start regenerating some power around here.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about like when they shut the mines down, they said, it was killing our environment and stuff like that, which is not true. They found better resources for coal, like the windmills and the water turbines. And I think I got that backwards, but, it was going to be cheaper and better and all that. And
Well, I've heard that.
nastier than the coal mines.
I've heard that they proved.
turbines leak oil.
yeah, but if that's the truth, right? Why does their electric bills continue to get higher?
Right.
Well, I've even heard that
that's
they've
fair.
proved that them
fair.
windmills, them big windmills you see, them wind farms,
Yeah.
they cost more to build and put up
Mhm.
than they will ever produce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you know who pays for that?
We do.
Yeah, the working people,
Mhm.
taxpayers.
And we buy them from China.
Mhm.
That's a fact.
If
Yeah.
we're buying them from China, why they cost
We're
more than they'll ever produce?
That's
We're
because
buying
we're
them
not
from
buying
China.
them to produce anything with.
Yeah, it is. It like I said right there, it's hard to make it in Eastern Kentucky. I'd be tough, learn to live without. But that's going to change.
I hope so.
I've got some big plans. As long as I can get the people, I'm not going to get no big party support. From neither side, nothing like that. I ain't going to get no nomination from
This
the
is a
Republican Party.
grassroots.
Yeah. I mean, I've talked to a lot of them, a lot of senators and congressmen, and they like what I preach, but they're not going to risk their neck. They're not going to stick their neck out for me to support me.
So the
Yeah, I ain't gonna-
GOP, Kentucky GOP, is not going to.
Not yet. I don't see it happening, to be honest with you. And I care less. I don't care. I ain't for them anyways. I'm for the people.
Mhm.
But
I was going to say, guys, this is important. Please share this to everybody. I mean, the way that we can get his word out is through the internet. I mean, that's the best way.
yeah, I'll
So if
say
you guys
that,
can share this, get it out. We're going to have some other clips and everything. Please just continue to share his stuff. Like you have until November, right? Is the election in November?
No. The filing date is November the 4th. That's but the primary's in May.
Okay.
Now that's what's very, very, very important. And like I said, we'll get into that the second part. But I was going to say this, and then we'll get off politics until part 2.
Yeah, sorry.
I get carried away. But I'm not going to get no big party support, and that's they're not supporting me yet. They won't they don't even acknowledge it, like on Google and stuff.
They don't take you serious.
No,
Because I
but
Googled you when I first
Yeah.
saw.
Because you're a moonshiner.
And it,
Well-
well, didn't even show up as a serious candidate.
yeah, but I am.
Right.
But I am. But they try to make a joke out of it. And there's a good reason for that. They don't want me rallying the people and uniting the people, because I'm like, screw politics, screw the government. I'm for the people. We live in a commonwealth, and most people don't understand what that means. That means it's for the people. Like we have the power, we have the say. Like our government means nothing. It's a commonwealth, but they've took that power from us. They've silenced us.
and the government has all the control. Now, state level government's what I'm talking about. And that's wrong. It was never meant to be that way in a commonwealth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are supposed to have the say, and we don't. But I'm bringing that back. I'm bringing that back to Kentucky. We're that's where we, take Kentucky back. That's the people. The people. We need to take Kentucky back
until you get in office.
Well, we'll have it if I get in office.
If he gets in office, it's back.
Yeah, it's back.
How do the politicians in Kentucky, state level, get wealthy inside the political office?
Oh, I don't know how they go in. They go in without $100 in their bank account and leave a millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how they do that. It's wrong. Mm. It's corruption, and that's going to change.
I didn't think it paid that much.
No, it don't. It don't. On average, most of them pay mid 150. Which is really good.
Right. Oh, yeah. I'd be tickled to death with that.
Yeah, I would too. And
well, you would in Eastern Kentucky, but not Northern Kentucky.
Right. But I mean, the governor gets a house and everything. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, man.
Yeah. The governor's
the Bruiser living in the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not like
we've been talking about that and I'm excited about mowing that yard
out in the yard.
Well, I don't think that'll be your responsibility.
Oh, I'd never let somebody else mow my yard. That's everybody's asked me. They're like, "Man, what if you get to live in that mansion?" I'm like, I'm just wanting to mow that yard. I could only imagine there's probably a $20,000 or $30,000 mower up there.
Oh yeah,
I mean the Mac Daddy lawnmower, son. I can't wait to get out there and mow that yard. I think that'd be probably the most fun.
Well, I mean, right there, it would start saving us taxpayers money because they probably pay quite a bit of money to keep that yard looking nice.
But I'd say the company that does it would not let you on that $25,000.
I'll fire them. That's putting money back to the taxpayers anyway. Man, where Bill mow his own yard.
They'd be like, go to Lowe's and buy a mower.
Yeah.
So, I mean, has your family always lived around this area?
Yeah. We're Roten Stone right there in Clay County. There's only a handful of us still walking around, but the rest of them are buried there.
Right.
I lost my mom.
Sorry, how long ago was that?
That was in 21. I was 35 when I lost her, and that was hardest thing I ever been through in my life, man. Like, that was my best friend. And I'd give anything for her to see this,
right.
Little baby Bruce running for governor.
I don't know there's ever a better person for a man than his mother.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. My mom, she got to see me on the Moonshiner show and see me, on TV, and my granny got a big kick out of it because I blamed it all on my granny, like the moonshining and stuff. And that was a big, oh man, she got tore up. But mom loved it, and I love my mom, man. Like I said, that was my best friend. And she's a big reason why I'm doing this, Like, I ain't doing this for me.
Well, I mean, you've said that. You said, listen, I work 7 days a week.
I do.
I hardly have time to even run for this.
Yeah.
My business is doing well.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to open my distillery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this isn't a way for income for you. This isn't an income thing for you.
No, it's got nothing to do with
doing well. You're fixing to open your business. We want to be one of your first purchasers of your moonshine. Legally, illegally, we could be a purchaser too.
Like, me running for governor has absolutely nothing to do with fame or fortune. Like, that's completely wrong. That's not where we're at. I'm doing this for the people. Like, the struggles I've went through and the struggles I've seen, I don't want my kids to have to live that same life. And they're going to have to unless there's a change in Frankfort.
We just talked about that a few podcasts ago, that our kids are pretty much.
Yeah, that's what's actually the roles that are playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, our kids, they're doomed,
They are.
And it's only going to get worse because nobody cares about rural Kentucky.
Well,
and that's
making the same point that you've made
mm-hmm.
on some of your videos a couple weeks ago,
mm-hmm.
and they're starting to roll out. I'm like, 725 isn't enough.
Mhm.
Even though restaurants are not hiring at $7.25, they're hiring somewhere around $9 or $10 at McDonald's or whatever. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
But still, $9 or
It's the-
$10 isn't nothing.
No, it's the principle of the matter. Like, the cost of living's increased by 54% since the last minimum wage increase we had.
Right.
That's pathetic. And Kentucky's like one of the lowest states for minimum wage. It's $7.25.
I think I've seen something where it said that across the country, out of the top 100 poorest counties, 20 of them are in Kentucky.
Oh, I guarantee it. Ain't a doubt in my mind.
And we sit back and think that our leadership is taking care of us.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're
I
not.
think that right there, if that was on a report card,
Yeah,
I'm the governor of this place, and 1/6 of the people that I govern are the poorest in the country.
yeah, and you think you're doing a good job.
And you think how can you think you're doing
Yeah.
a good job?
See, I'm not even. I'm starting to get.
Let me get you worked up, man, because I
Oh,
can.
man.
I'm getting ready to take a break anyway.
Yeah, I was getting ready to let it roll, but I'll hold it. I've already been talking to major corporations in other states. 2 in Texas, 1 down in Georgia, about coming to Kentucky.
That's awesome.
That's something our governor ain't done in 8 years.
Our governor's worried about being
Him.
president,
He's worried about him.
going to France,
Yeah. I'm not.
to summits that he
I'm
ain't
not.
got no business in.
I've barely been out of Eastern Kentucky, and I don't plan on going much further. I mean, I am a Kentuckian to the bone, and man, I'd be tickled to death to live out the rest of my life, helping Kentucky. I just I think that's what God put me on this earth for. Was to help somebody, and but like I said, I've already been talking to like 3 big business that will employ 1,000 people, per operation that opens, and we're talking about opening multiple from Pikeville to Paducah, and we have tons of land.
Yeah,
there's some incentive for them to come. We got a road 80. It needs some work, but it goes from one end to the other. We got I-75 running right up the middle. So I mean, like trucking and all that. I mean, it's all accessible, and we've been looking at some different ways about going about it. Some tax breaks and stuff like that. And that's a big thing we're going to do too, that we'll talk about here in a few minutes. But now I've already got them. They've already committed. If I win, they would be more than happy to come. There's some stipulations on them coming and stuff only to benefit Kentucky, and they know that. But jobs will not be something that we hunger for. If I can get in office,
See, that's amazing.
It is. It is to think somebody with a high school education cares enough about the place he lives to reach out to billion-dollar business owners and be like, "Hey, man, what would it take for you to come here? This is what we can offer you." I
mean, you're putting the work in, and you don't have the slightest clue if you're going to win or not.
No.
And you're already doing this.
Yeah, I'm already trying, And if I can, even if I don't win, if I can, I'll bring them here. They'll have to fight with what we have in Frankfurt right now and probably end up not coming.
Which is a mess.
It's a mess.
We have a mess. We have, and this is no disrespect. Well, I mean, disrespectfully. I'm so glad Mitch McConnell decided to step down this time. So glad. And I'm a Republican. I know he's the majority leader of the Senate or whatever, and that we lose the majority leader. But he's not doing for us.
Man, he's been there 41 years, and I can't think of a dadburn thing he's done to help us.
He sold us out. He sold us out time and time again. And everybody's like, "Oh, he's brought all this money." Look at what it cost us.
Yeah.
For that money he's brought in.
Man, the only thing he's cost us money.
And then how much of that money did he pocket?
Well, allegedly, maybe
Whatever, Jericho.
Couple
You ought to say
billion.
that.
I asked that. Well, it was a question for him. Okay. Hear the tone of my voice. How much did he pocket?
But I mean, his wife's a very good tax trader or a share trader too, like or a stock trader.
I mean, them's career politicians.
She's got China connections and everything else. Like,
that's why everything we get comes from China.
But
so China's off the market when you get in there.
well, I mean, there's just a lot to say about the way things are being ran.
Yeah.
And it has been going on. And everybody's kind of like, well, as long as they leave me alone, I ain't worried about it.
That right there's a good question. Helping rural Kentucky, how's that going to help other parts like Louisville? And Louisville and Lexington, like I said, northern Kentucky, if you've never been to rural Kentucky, you would see why I'm kind of focused on it if you was to come here. And I'm not talking about London and Corbin. I'm talking about, on the east, going towards Pikeville. It's bad. Louisville, I'm sure you're from Louisville asking that question. I mean, the only thing yins need is some reconstruction. You've got everything you need right there on the river, the money, the people, the jobs. You got everything you need. It's just not put into the correct order. Like all it needs is some reconstruction.
It's
that's all it needs.
Pure chaos up there.
It's politics ran. Lexington is too, and it just needs a reconstruction and a brung back down to earth, and yins will be fine. I promise.
Get schools
and I love
lined out,
and I love that side of Kentucky just as much as I do the rural Kentucky. I don't play politics. I could care less about the major parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. I've heard that crap my whole life, and I'm sick of it. They all in the same bed together. They all screw us and lie to us. They could care less about us. And I think it's time that we unite as Kentuckians and we take our state back for the people, No,
I'm glad you said that. They are all in the same bed.
Well, they try to keep us divided.
It's the same show. Mm-hmm. There's always a villain. There's always...
It is, and there's no sense in that.
Two wings of the same bird.
There's no sense in it, and there's no sense in this division. Like, we're not divided, but, we're raised to think we are. There is no hate in our hearts for each other. Like we all love each other. It's just getting us together and getting us to realize it. TV and the news and social media, it preaches all that division that don't exist. And I want to open people's eyes to that.
Listen, I don't recognize any Democrat when I see him.
No, I don't either.
Unless they got purple or red hair or something like that. Like they got blue, purple, or red hair.
Disclaimer for Paul. The first one that we have.
Yeah. I mean, I love them too,
Well, and I do too. I'm not. Yeah. That's how I know that's what they are.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it's going to take some work, and it's going to take a lot of people opening their eyes. I'm nothing special. I ain't got no big highfalutin education or anything, but I understand money, I understand business, and I understand people, and I'm full of Jesus. I will do what's right, and I'll only do what's going to benefit Kentucky, and everything I do is to better the future for our children. That's my biggest focus, is the education that our children receive and giving them a brighter, better tomorrow. We've lived our life.
Now, you said you didn't go to college either.
No, I didn't go to college.
I didn't go to college. So I got out of high school, went straight and got married, had a kid.
Yeah.
Rent.
Yeah.
And my house was like $350.
Yeah. I went straight to coal mines, school of hard knocks.
Right.
But I got educated real quick.
But my kids can't do that.
Yeah.
They're not going to get out of high school and get a house for $350.
No.
Not at all, period.
No, they're going to get out. They're going to get out of high school and struggle.
Not even a 1-bedroom house with a bathroom.
Yeah.
They're going to give for $350.
Yeah. Like my wife, she's a teacher. She's been a teacher 22 years. So I know the education system. I know it front and back. I hear about it every day and we argue about it. And I've seen how it's continuously spiraled downhill. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And now our education system, it's all about politics and money.
Yeah,
It's not about the kids.
Lexington's in a big deal.
Yeah, we're gonna fix
Right
that. We're gonna fix that. We're going.
Like, didn't they have like they're having to borrow money?
Yeah,
The school is, or
Yeah.
something like that, like $1 million to pay
Yeah.
off somebody's contract or something.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're gonna fix that though. I've got a lot of plans for school systems. A lot of plans for veterans. I hold them near and dear to our heart. The way they're treated, it's horrible. You know, them people they risk their life so we can
Two
be
of them
free.
right here.
And when they come home, they're treated like scum.
Mhm.
You know, I can't live for that. You know, I might not win the governor's race. I might not get to go to office.
Let's talk about when you win.
Yeah, but you know, the Lord's put it on my heart to help people, and I can't think of no other way to help more than than the governor. You know,
And I like that. I like that you're like, nah.
yeah.
Let's start at the top.
Well, that's what everybody's asked me. They're like, man, why ain't, like you've not been judge executive, you ain't been no counsel, I ain't got time for that crap. I work. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I got kids. I got a job. I got dogs. I mean, Dad, Brent, I ain't got time for that silly stuff. If we're gonna make a change, let's make a change, and the only way to do it's been the governor. Because I will fight tooth and nail for Kentuckians.
Well, I tell you, I think Danny Potter was talking about this. You know, our region, our area is so underpaid, and this is kind of what News and Drama is saying. Everybody's leaving Lexington and Louisville, and they're coming down here to get away from the rent prices and all the utility prices and stuff like that.
But everybody's raising the rent here because everybody's coming here.
Right, because now places are
That's
don't want it more.
Yeah, that just popped up there. Like, people leaving Louisville to come here. And I get that. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but the only problem Louisville has and Lexington and the places where money is and population, people and all that, the only problem they have is the politic problem. They buy too much into the the division. Dividing the people. It's like writing a constitution. United we stand, divided we fall. That's how the government keeps screwing us, because we're divided. Let us get united and see what happens.
Well, I mean, the housing thing, I think Trump had signed something.
Yeah, trying to put a cap on rent. Yeah,
corporations couldn't buy up all the housing.
Yeah.
And that needed to be done a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there's loopholes into that.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of loopholes.
There is.
There's loopholes in
everything. Everything. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, we were talking about that before you got here. Jericho and I was talking about, the raising the minimum wage, because I'm kind of against that.
And a lot of people are, but it's not for you. It's
Right.
for our kids.
Well,
like I said, my wife's a teacher, and I don't mean to be hateful. I'm not. I'm just playing.
No,
like my wife's a teacher, and
You're
we
not
got
working no ways, right? Don't work
we got kids in high school, and the girls, our girls, they're in high school, and I see their friends. They work to try to buy their own school clothes, to try to buy a vehicle to get back and forth to work and school, because their parents, they may work, they may not, I don't know, but they're not in a situation where they can help their own kids.
Right.
And $7 ain't going to buy you nothing.
No.
That's why I want to raise the minimum wage. It's not for Joe Blow and Tammy.
It's not for us.
It's for the kids.
But it's from my side looking at business owner.
Yeah.
Small business owner.
I'm one of them.
Not a corporation, because McDonald's can afford to.
Yeah. Well, I'm a small business owner, and I live paycheck to paycheck.
Right.
And I
make less than most people on minimum wage because I own the business.
Well, there's some weeks I pay, some weeks I pay my help more than I take home.
Yeah.
But I pay them $20 an hour.
Yeah.
Well, with that being said, let's
So-
take our quick break, and we'll be right
Then we'll
back.
get in politics.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, when we
Because you're
come back,
dying to get in it.
yeah, when we come back, this has been fun, but when we come back, we're going to be serious. So please share it and let's get the word out there, because I'm not going to get no big commercials and big speeches or anything like that. So This is how you can help support me. Share this when we get back.
And I'm pretty sure I won the wheel, right?
Yeah, sure.
I was the only vote I seen. So
no, every one of us got one vote. But since you got it,
okay, I'll spit.
Jericho, take it.
What's the wheel?
This.
Hey, do you know what your problem is? I don't think I've seen you at Kenny's, the other Rogers music venue in Corbin, Kentucky. I should see you there sometime. We got some shows coming up. Here's some flyers for you. Some shows in June and July. I hope to see you there.
You got to come check out this new venue, Kenny's. This is Mayor Susie. I totally approve this message and I approve this place.
Are you looking for somewhere in Corbin, Kentucky to host your next event? Here we have it at Harvey's on Main at 115 Main Street. Let's check it out. Step into timeless charm and unforgettable elegance at this stunning historic venue. With breathtaking architectural details and an inviting open floor layout, Harvey's is the perfect setting for your next special event. Delight in the breathtaking bar complete with tap, a fully equipped kitchen for seamless catering, clean and accessible restrooms, a beautiful elevated stage for speakers, performers, or presenters. And for weddings and formal events, relish in the comfort and privacy of the bridal suite. Whether you're hosting an intimate gathering or a large celebration, Harvey's on Main provides the perfect scene to create lasting memories. Thoughtfully designed by the owner, who will be by your side every step of the way to ensure all your wants and needs are met. Book today and let Harvey's bring your vision to life.
How's it look? Wow, that looks hard, my guy. You know what's actually hard? Getting people to notice your business in a world where everybody's screaming for attention. While everybody else is posting boring ads no one remembers, we built one of the fastest growing podcasts in the region. Over 15,000 followers and climbing, and more than 65% of them right here in the Tri-County area.
You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram. That's not just views. That's local eyes, local customers, local money. We don't make commercials people forget. We make commercials people quote.
So if your business is tired of sounding like every other business, come sit at the table. No sugarcoating podcast. We are not just growing an audience. We are building attention.
What if reality wasn't limited to the world around you, but expanded by the experiences you could step into? The moment the headset goes on, curiosity turns into immersion. Every step becomes part of the story. Every moment pulls you deeper into the experience. Designed to blur the line between virtual and real, this is more than gaming. It's total immersion. The best moments aren't just seen, they're shared. Step beyond the scene. Step into the experience. Zone perception. Unlock your imagination.
Kick off your boots, come gather round. We're digging up secrets that can't stay down. Bigfoot's out there in the midnight air. Aliens watching from who knows where. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien, CIA. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. lights in the sky. Some call it crazy, we just ask why. Laugh if you wanna, but you just might see there's more to the world than they want it to be. No sugarcoating, we're saying it straight. Bigfoot, alien secrets to break. No sugarcoating, the truth on display. Jericho and Paul, bring it your way. Truth or a tale, come and see. We're gonna have some fun, y'all.
In a world where feelings are protected and men have traded big, beautiful beards for man purses and man buns, comes to you a podcast you always wanted and never knew you needed. A podcast where feelings are left at the door and conversations happen unfiltered and no sugarcoating. What is going on? Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, everybody's watching us. Guys, please share this part of the show. This is where we're going to talk about politics with our man, Charlie Martin, Bruiser4Governor. We're going to start off, though, before we get serious. Jericho has decided he was going to do the wheel tonight. So we're going to let him spin it and see what he comes up with.
And here we go. Let's see. Let's see if I can do a good one. Let's see if I can get a good one.
Looks like it.
Would you rather? So that's where you guys asking me question.
Oh yeah. How many would you rather's do we get to ask?
You decide. You just one asked. You decide.
I wasn't the one that asked. He wrote these.
You just asked. So you was the one that asked.
This is the first time we've had a would you rather.
Paul, give me a would you rather.
Oh.
Come on, chat.
Would you rather eat mayonnaise?
See, that's where I was going.
Or lick a street?
I'd rather lick a street. I'll get down there right now and lick that curb.
That's not what I was going to put the mayonnaise with.
I was trying to be appropriate.
Son, I'd catch it just after a flash flood and get down there and lick that street before I'd eat mayonnaise.
They'd be clean then.
Not these streets.
Just eat the jelly bean.
Have you seen these streets after a flash flood? There's poop coming up out of the sewers.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
All right, so Ronnie, you got one?
Well, News and Drama Facebook put, would you rather wear your onesie or a diaper?
I would rather wear them both at the same time. So that way, when somebody makes fun of my onesie, I can just rip it off like Chris Farley or something and be like, you like this better?
Let me take it down a notch or take it up one.
Yeah, whichever way you look at it.
Yeah.
Nothing?
No, the mayonnaise or the wiener was where I was going.
Yeah.
If you're talking about old glizzy, I suck down a glizzy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You don't have to put a gun to Jericho's head. Just a spoonful of mayonnaise.
Just mayonnaise and you got it.
Mighty.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Done lost him there.
Yeah, I'd just ate the jelly bean before I went there.
I really don't like mayonnaise.
I can tell. I can tell. You know, my dad don't either. Oh man, he tore up over mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does Jericho. Like, it's one of those watch him gag.
Yeah, Dad the same way.
Yeah, I got
I like
Monster Burger over at Hardee's with extra mayonnaise on it just to aggravate him.
that Monster Burger's tough.
Like, look at this.
Yeah, I get two. Two of them large size with curly fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Two of them. And then I'm sick, but it's worth it.
No. No, it's not.
Start to like Jericho, then he says stuff like this. Right.
Yeah, it's the welcome to our world.
That's just my hatred toward mayonnaise.
Let's quit talking about Jericho sucking down glizzies. and
Oh
move
my
on.
God.
Move on to
How do we go serious now? So
well, we got to.
So
All right,
anyway,
so let's talk about something awesome.
I might need to do some push-ups.
Yeah.
Get back in the zone.
bring your manhood back.
yeah.
Taxes. What are you going to do about taxes? Like
Oh,
you said this, and if you guys, if you're not following his stuff, please go like, follow, share his stuff too. Again, Bruiser4Governor. You can find it. He's right, and he's local, guys. He's local to London. This guy's
Yeah.
from London.
I've got a
Clay County,
website, tigershinecopper.com.
Uh-huh.
It's not only on Facebook. There's a website, TikTok, YouTube. Listen, my phone number is on the website. If you've got something that we don't talk about that you truly feel would persuade you to vote
Just wait
for
till
me,
2 a.m. Call him.
hey, I'll answer the phone.
I'm just kidding. That was a conversation we had before the camera started rolling.
Yeah, it happens, and I'll answer the phone, and we'll talk about whatever your heart's desire is. But bottom line, I'm for the people. I'm for the people. Taxes, man. I truly, honestly believe when you buy a house, buy a vehicle, piece of property, you should pay taxes on it that day, and that should be it. I'm going to cut out property taxes. I'm going to cut out annual vehicle taxes. There'll be no more. A lot of states are pushing to cut them out right now. I think because they've been watching my abolish property tax. Absolutely, that's what we're going to cut them out. I think a few other states been watching my videos because there's some other states pushing for it, and that's not what's so horrible about it. There's several states that have a whole lot smaller property tax than we have. Like Alabama and there's Idaho, Iowa. There's a lot of states that their taxes is a whole lot less. And when I say a whole lot less, like I think Alabama's is like 0.024.
That's pretty darn cheap.
Okay, you know what ours is? Ours is 74%. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You
No.
can buy a house,
Yeah.
and say you keep it for your whole 30-year mortgage.
Yeah.
You've almost paid as much in taxes by the time that 30 years up as you did for the house.
So here we go. You pay more for your house every year than what you gave for your house, which is stupid. You pay for money that you've not even made yet in taxes. Like you pay taxes on your paycheck that, them comments. We pay taxes on money that we've not even made yet. And you pay taxes on vehicles as long as you keep the vehicle, which is stupid. Like, do you actually own it? No, not in Kentucky, because we have to continuously pay taxes on it every year. So we're going to cut them taxes out. Now, I know a lot of people, they're going to say, oh my God, where's our schools going to get money? Well, let me tell you something. Back in 1989, we started a thing in Kentucky called the Kentucky Lottery. A lot of people, we had to vote that in. Now, I was little, but the lottery had to be voted in Kentucky. And the way them big-time politicians who got all them... Yeah, we'll talk about electric bills here in just a minute. They're gonna change a lot too. We voted this thing in called the Kentucky Lottery, and it had to be voted in. So one way them politicians who got all the kickbacks from it, they said that the money would be used for education. Okay, do you know how much money of the Kentucky Lottery is put forth to local education? To K through 12 is what I'm talking about.
I'd say 0.5%.
No, zero.
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 Okay, I was real close.
The money was never used. The Kentucky Lottery money is never, ever used and never has been used for public education.
I remember one of the things they ran on the vote for was
it would be used.
Education and to never have toll roads to pay for the roads.
We did do away with the toll roads.
Well, they still got some Liberty.
There is.
Yep.
Out in Western Kentucky, there's one or two. I ain't been out there in a while. They might be gone. I don't know. But anyways, the money was not used for public education, K through 12. So cutting out our taxes, the money that is used for our schools, we're going to put the money from the lottery where it's supposed to be to the schools. So the schools are not going to suffer from us cutting out property taxes. Okay? I just want to clear that up. I made a video on it and a lot of people got tore up. My wife's a teacher. I know, I got friends on the board. I understand. The schools are scared to death. They love the idea of teachers, everybody not having to pay the property taxes, but they're scared to death where we're going to get the money. Okay, the Kentucky lottery on annual revenue is $384 million. That's supposed to be going to our school systems that don't. Now, they justify it because they'll write a couple scholarships a year out of that money, and it's justified. Okay, that's not the way it was supposed to be.
Couple scholarships. I mean, like 40,000 a piece or something like that.
What does it matter?
Yeah,
what's it matter?
$380 million.
Yeah, well,
$384 million.
I was just trying to put a number on there to show the difference.
So our schools, we've got money for the schools. Don't worry about that. Our police, our fire, ambulance, and all that. We've got money for it. Look at the money Kentucky wastes. The only thing we need to do in Kentucky, cutting out our taxes, is not going to hurt anything. So don't let it think it will. If you don't pay property taxes, don't get mad at me because I'm going to take money from the state and the counties and local cities. It's not like that. This is to help the working people. That's the only reason we're going to cut taxes out. It's to help our kids, to help us. We're going to cut them out. And there is money there to replace that money. Don't worry about it. Look at the money that Kentucky wastes. Look at the money Andy wastes. Look at the money Matt Bevin wastes, and they've been doing that for years. And they spend a lot of money that has nothing to do with Kentuckians, has nothing to do with Kentucky. We're going to cut that crap out. And then we're actually going to put the lottery money towards the schools like it's supposed to be.
See, I didn't know that. I knew that they were supposed to, because that's one of their things is, we help schools and all this other thing. Like you go to their webpage, you can see we've done this or we've done that, but it's never been to a tune of $380 million. 84. I'm sorry, you corrected me. 84.
$384 million. Yeah, and that's a year.
And that's a year.
That's a year.
So we're talking over the course of 3 years, $1 billion.
Yeah, and if that money was actually used to go towards our schools, we wouldn't have teachers making $30,000 a year.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Poor old teachers, they spend 4 to 6 years in college to get the job. And then they owe $150,000 in student loans, and then they only make $30,000 a year.
And their pension's always in jeopardy.
Yeah. They're constantly cutting it or taxing it. And that's not right. That's not right. No, our teachers, they're severely took advantage of in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
They're not respected. The kids in schools, the parents don't raise them right because they don't whip them. And taxes,
he just casually says that too.
Yeah, I mean, we're very involved with the school. Like I said, my wife's a teacher, and I help coach ball and stuff. That's another thing I do. And we got kids in school, so I mean, we see a lot of it, and a lot of it is because there's no structure in our school systems. We took the paddling out. That was a big mistake. A lot of parents are like, well, I don't want my kids whooped at school. You're not whooping them at home. They have no respect. They talk back. They're smart alecks. They have no idea what their gender is. They curl up and purr in a corner and piss in a trash can. And you think that's acceptable? No, that's not acceptable. And we do not need to be raising our kids like that.
It's like we have 2 Jerichos on the show right now.
We need to.
I've just listen. I've just gained so much more respect for you.
We need structure in our schools. We need structures in our school systems, and our teachers need paid more. Teachers need a raise, and we need structure in our school. We need Jesus in our schools. We need prayer back in the school. We need to have prayer meetings in school instead of all this other ignorant liberal stuff that we teach in schools. We need to start teaching true American history, and we need to start teaching America founded on Christ, and we need to put Jesus back in our school and quit raising heathens and start raising productive adults. And that starts with our kids.
I agree.
And
I agree with most of that.
Everything.
I agree with every bit of it.
Everything I focus on is the youth of our nation. Because those little dirt bags running around, them little smart, I have them too, so I can call them that, that's our future. That's who's going to run our state, run our country, and they're heathens. They need their hind ends busted, and they need to learn you're not an animal, you're a person. They need to realize you're born a gender.
And stay that
and
gender.
That's what you are. God don't make mistakes. He made you the way you are. This child mutilation crap is straight from the pits of hell. That should never even be something. It's been done, and it's probably been done right now because our leaders support that. Child mutilation.
That's part of that division.
Yeah.
That was something they enacted to help that division.
Yes. And, if you want to do that and you're an adult, that's on you. It's not my business. But we should not push that on our children. Children are precious, and they're like a sponge.
Right.
And they soak up everything. Even when you think they're not listening, they're listening. They're taking it in. And what we need to be feeding them is the truth. What's real. We need to put hands-on activities back in our schools. Woodworking,
the
vocational, auto body, painting. We need to teach our kids stuff that's going to get them through life. Huh? Hey, Scarlett. That's my little niece. But we need to take our children's education serious. It's not been took serious in a long time. And it shows.
About the education.
It shows.
100%. I think that you're right. That there need to be more tech classes, more tech classes, more. I think that if we could get kids certified by the time they get to high school to be,
there's no reason,
some kind of apprentice in plumbing or electrician or something like that.
Yeah.
That way they can already start a course, start a way. Well, because that's what we're missing, right? We were missing a lot of that skilled labor is almost gone now.
Yeah.
I have a son and I'm a little embarrassed to say if I put a hammer in his hand, the only thing he's going to do is break something.
Yeah. They don't,
he's not going to build anything.
Yeah. They can't change a tire. They can't read a clock. They can't write in cursive.
Well, I tell you one, if you get a trade, since we're on that topic, is electricians. They don't, listen, electrician is the hardest trade to get into.
Yeah.
Every other thing, plumbing, heating and air, all that, you just need 2 years. 2 years of some sort of relevant experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8 years to be a certified electrician.
I don't know if they still do the pledge every morning before school starts, but if I'm the governor, they will.
Corbin does.
Yeah.
The primary does.
School will start with a prayer and the pledge every single day. And if a parent don't like it, they can come get their kid. That's how I feel about that. People have took public school for granted. It's not free. It's a privilege. It's a privilege for your child to go to a public school. That public school is not required to put up with your child's bullcrap. But the government forces them to because the schools get paid by attendance. Now, if there's a kid at school and he's causing or she is causing other kids to not be able to learn because they don't know how to act, send them home. And I will fully support the principal, the superintendent, or whoever. Send that kid home and let the parent deal with them. And when they come back, if they don't know how to act, send them back. There's no sense in letting, one bad apple ruin the whole bushel.
Right now, and schools are forced to keep them.
Yeah, and we're going to change that.
They either give them an IEP, right, so they get a full waiver on things and get by with everything.
Yeah, we're going to take them iPads out of school.
Well, even,
That's,
even bullying.
yeah.
Like, bullying's gotten really bad in schools.
Yeah, I mean, not take them out completely. I mean, they're good for some things, but kids are so dependent on technology. You know, like if the grid was to crash and one had a flat, they wouldn't know. You can't Google it. You can't YouTube watch a video on how to change a flat. That's something you ought to know. That should come natural. You know, I think it's time that men start acting like men. You know, let's start passing out testosterone shots or something, because there's so many. I hate to say it, but vaginas walking around that it ain't even funny, you know. And I think that's one reason. I'm gonna be an awesome governor. Your governor ought to be somebody that grab a man and shake a change out of his pockets, because I ain't gonna take no bull crap from nobody. I'm gonna do what's right for the kids, and I'm gonna do what's right for Kentuckians. And I don't care who I piss off in the process.
And it's people like you they're scared of.
Yeah, they better be, because I ain't scared of them. You know, and I think that's what we need.
It is. It really is.
Need a bruiser for governor. You know, it's funny, and you know, I can make jokes and
no, I
things,
mean,
you know,
I don't know that this has probably been the most no sugar coated show that we've had with a politician or somebody running.
I'm not
running for politics.
Yeah, I'm not a politician. I don't even know a politic, and if I did, I'd probably punch them because they're a liar.
Probably.
Yeah, and I agree with that right there.
Pinch all the other.
A lot of times, troubled kids they come from troubled homes, and that's something where our CPA needs to actually do what they're paid to do, and teachers who are teaching for the right reason and not for a paycheck. They're teaching because they love kids. They see those kids, and they can tell, you know. You can tell when a kid's going through something they shouldn't be going through. And those are kids that we will help. And I will stand behind that 100%. I will adopt every kid coming and going. I'll take them home with me today, you know, because they're our future. I got a massive dog lot. If they can't fit in the house, they can go out there with the dogs. Right. But they'll be fed and took care of.
That's the problem too. Is a lot of the teachers have found there's a lot of them that's in it for the paycheck.
Yeah, a lot of
that's
teachers.
The only job we got anymore.
See, when I was growing up, teachers was teachers because they was born to be a teacher.
Now
they'd snatch you up and bust your hind end so fast it wasn't even funny. They'd lay that old paddle to you and then tell you they loved you. You know, and that's what we need to get back to, man. We need to get back to what's real. Because all the crap and stuff that we're teaching our kids, it's not going to help. It's not going to benefit rural Kentuckians. I don't care how slick you get on that iPad and how fast you can text. That ain't going to help you build a house or dig a ditch, you know. It's not. And that's what we need. We need men to act like men.
We need ugly teachers back.
Yeah, ugly teachers, yeah.
When I went to school, there's always old teachers. All the teachers were old. And, well, I mean, because that's a hot topic, too. There's a lot of serious stuff going on behind the scenes with sexual predators getting to be teachers.
Oh my God. Okay, so I've got the cure for pedophiles, child molesters, predators, chomos, whatever you want to call them. I got the cure for it. I do.
Well, let's hear it.
It's called a rope in a tree. If I'm the governor, the first child molester we have convicted, I'll hang him myself. That is the most sickness thing I can imagine, that I can think of on God's green earth, as a child molester, old pervert. We'll gouge their eyes out and hang them.
But we've got too soft for that.
Well, that's where men need to be men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about as hard as they come and tougher than whip leather.
You know,
and
I agree.
That's what we need.
That should be our number one.
If we take and hang a couple child molesters, right, there won't be no more of them.
At least castrate them.
I like to hang them. We have a couple public hangings, right? People's gonna act right real quick.
That they will. They really will.
And I hate to be mean. I mean, I love the Lord and I love everybody, man, but that's wrong. That's straight from the pits of hell.
It's better to be thrown in the middle of the ocean with a millstone wrapped around your neck than to hurt one of the little ones.
But no,
Yeah. I mean, I can't condone it. You know, sending them to jail for 2 years because that's all they get.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you're definitely very passionate about this.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got girls. You know, the human trafficking.
Well, it ain't just girls; they do it too.
Yeah. We've got 3 girls and 1 Bowie. And you know, he's older, you know, so he don't really see a lot of the ignorance that's going on right now. But it's bad, you know. The human trafficking, the child trafficking, parents abusing their kids and stuff. And I think we need to put a little act right in people. There need to be consequences.
there's
not been
an over the line.
Yeah. And there's not been no consequences for actions in a long time.
Well,
because
that's why
everybody's got too soft for it.
Well, I've had a lot of parents tell me that's why they don't whoop their kids is because of the consequences. That like they're too strict now.
Yeah.
You know, like you're saying we should get back to whipping our kids and this and that. You can't do an honest whipping without you worrying about, am I going to go to jail for whipping my kid?
Well, you whoop your kid out of love. And if they go in there and call the law, you whoop them again.
They got that starts at the top. That starts in the government because the laws have switched with CPS. That, like you said, it's not considered abuse to let them get a sex change at a young age and mutilate themselves.
See, I think that should be against the law.
But it is considered abuse if you try to correct them for acting out in school.
Yeah,
It's all backwards.
I don't know if the governor has that kind of control or not to hang pedophiles, but I'll do it anyways, and then I'll pardon myself. Anybody upholds a child molester or a pedophile needs to go right back to hell where they come from.
Well, if you can't make it happen, at least make their sentences a lot worse.
Yeah, hanging.
If you can't make the hanging happen.
Oh, it's going to happen. I'll pardon myself. And if you want to help me, I'll pardon you.
I'll be right with you.
All right, then. All right. But yeah, I do. I feel very strongly about that. Yep. That's where we're headed.
Well, I mean, I was getting to, there's got to be some kind of line, and it's not drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think we can all agree that men and women shouldn't be switching out bathrooms, especially in schools.
No.
There should be, no matter how you identify, you shouldn't be going into another bathroom.
No.
And I'm trying to be very respectful when I say that. I understand that these people may feel this way, or they may have whatever kind of condition, whatever. If they've not had any kind of surgeries, then they should not be in any other bathroom. They should be with the people that they look most alike. That's the bathroom they should be in. You know,
I agree. Like, this should not be going on in the K through 12 system, anyways.
Right
now, adults, they can do whatever.
Adults can do whatever they want to. It's free country.
It's
free.
Be
What you want to be.
I'm not hating on anybody or anything. I just don't think that a child has the mental capacity to choose a sex change. And that's wrong. And that's the child mutilation I was talking about.
So what would you do for the parents that's grooming kids to do that?
Well, you know that rope and tree we was talking about.
Let's move on.
No, I think if parent wants to live their life that way, I mean, I know several of them and friends with them. You know, they're God's children too. You know, I love them the same. But most of them agree they don't push it on their kids. That's a choice they made. And I respect that.
I have friends like that too.
And I respect that 100%.
No, but I know people, I know parents
that push it on their kids.
That push it, yeah. And them are the ones I was asking about.
They need to have enough respect for their child to let their child make their own decision when they become of age.
And support it then.
Support it then. Yeah.
Right. No, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, and that's where I stand on that. But I don't want to make a lot of people mad at me, so we'll move on. Yeah, there's enough trees. But like I said, I don't play party lines. You know, I'm a registered Republican, so I'm running as a Republican. I'll be on the ballot as a Republican. That's like, I can't change that. You know, I mean, that's just, I mean, I am a Republican, but I don't see a division in Republicans and Democrats. We're all people. You know, we born in Kentucky, we live in Kentucky, we reside in Kentucky, we pay taxes in Kentucky. We're Kentuckians.
So let's
There's
talk
enough
about the
division.
drug epidemic.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Drugs are horrible. And Kentucky's eat up with them. I hate drugs. They're everywhere you look, and they've destroyed so many families. They've destroyed a lot of future for our kids. A lot of parents that's on drugs have passed the drugs on down to the kids, you know. They've got grandparents raising their kids and great-grandparents raising great-grandchildren, you know, because parents are on drugs. Well, they've tried for years to fix the drug epidemic, and they failed miserably. It's only got worse.
It has got worse.
It's got worse. Suboxone clinics is not the answer. Pain clinics, methadone clinics is not the answer. See, drugs follow poverty. Poverty-stricken areas are the hardest hit areas with drugs. So we have to fix the poverty problem to fix the drug problem, and we fix the poverty problem with jobs. That's how we fix the drug problem, is we get jobs. We have to bring jobs back in. You got to pass a drug test to have a job. You got a little money, you're happy. See, you get feeling bad, you get hurt, you get, you know, down, depressed, whatever. You get high to cope with it. Drugs is a coping mechanism. And then you become reliant on it, addicted. You know, the only way to fix that is to put money back in rural areas. We put jobs in rural areas. You go work 60 hours a week. You ain't worried about getting high, are you?
No. You're worried about going to bed.
You want to eat dinner and go to bed and get ready for work. Because what are you doing? You're supporting your family. You've got pride. You've got a reason for living. And as long as we don't, we're going to have a drug problem.
It too, though, that would, the jobs, I agree on that, but that would take a generation, wouldn't it? Because
it's not a quick fix.
Yeah, the ones that are addicted now.
Yeah, yeah.
News and drama, that was pretty funny.
Like what he was saying, Daryl Hinkle isn't voting for you. So.
Yeah, Daryl better vote for me.
That's what I was laughing about.
I mean, they're Clay County alum.
Yeah. That's my Clay County brother, man. But no, all honest though, it's not a quick fix for the drugs. But I promise people, the methadone clinic, Suboxone clinic, that's not the solution.
Keeps it from getting worse and it goes better.
That is a coping mechanism also. That's to cope with the problem. He has 60 hours a week. Dad Burn, I work probably 80 a week. But yeah, that's what we need is jobs. See, why not 40 or 45? Well, you can have that option. We're supposed to be serious, don't be laughing. Amen. But jobs will really, really, really help with the drug epidemic. Like drugs,
I agree.
Drugs has always been a problem, and since 2016, when the mines started shutting down, I watched drugs get worse, and they've got worse, and more pain clinics have come in, and more methadone and Suboxone clinics have come in. We didn't have those before.
Well, let me just say, I'm a conspiracy guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, and this isn't a conspiracy. It was being proven how drugs were being pushed down the throats of people.
Yeah, they are.
You know, they were. I mean, the Oxycontin, they had a big settlement for because it was non-addictive.
Yeah.
I mean, and once that ball started rolling down a hill, you know, and it caught so many people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not an easy correction off that course.
No, but
because we were sold.
Yeah.
It's non-addictive. This will help you, and it'll give you this, and then you do this, and people are taking this. Let me tell you, I'm not somebody that takes pills regularly at all. So I had a toothache.
Yeah.
I took a pain pill.
Yep, felt good.
I felt the best I've ever felt in my entire life. You know, I feel horrible to say that, but I had so much energy. I was like, man, no wonder people take these things. Da, 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 da. But then again, it's just, that's how it starts.
That's how it starts. Yeah.
Not even a muscle relaxer, man. You get you a good muscle relaxer, you feel 16 again.
And that's how it starts.
That's how it starts.
But yeah,
But I mean, that's a hard course to.
But now, if you're working a job that randomly drug tests, you're gonna be like, I feel I better not do that.
It's prescribed.
Okay.
Well, they only drug test for
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the answer.
Yeah, we
It's
gotta
prescribed.
we gotta put pride back in people.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, like a man should be a man. A man should walk around like just I wish
integrity.
One would.
Yeah.
That's how I feel all the time. You know,
It
like
takes
I am
a generation or
proud.
two to get it, but when the policies are in there,
I am
it'll go.
proud to be an American. I'm proud to be a Kentuckian, and
You said
we
you're a
need-
singer. Let's sing it. I'm
yeah,
proud to be an
we need to
American.
put pride back in our people.
We do.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
We really do.
We do.
There's a lot of people that walk around feeling defeated.
Yeah,
And that's not even in.
because they ain't got a dollar
I mean,
in their
that's-
pocket.
That's right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're walking around feeling like that because they can't buy a pop machine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why we need jobs in these rural areas. But like I was talking about earlier, I've talked to some big businesses that's more than willing to come. You know, they have the extra work and they kind of toxic. Yeah, I agree. There's a big difference in a man and a so-called man. But the job, like they're willing to come, like they have the work and they need the employees, and we have the employees. We just have to get people proud to work again.
Right.
You know, and
I mean, that's how I grew up was, you know, man, this is what I get to do for my family. Our
Yeah.
family's going to get to do this.
yeah,
Paul, you need to put in that overtime because we got this guy
yeah.
got
You
planned
know,
to do that.
you know how good you feel when you can take your kids out and buy new shoes or take them on vacation. You feel accomplished. You feel like you've done something. You feel like a man.
No, that's
you know,
not. That's not a lie.
And that's the truth. But we can't give that opportunity to people without the jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to have the jobs, and we have to bring jobs back into rural Kentucky. And
We lost a bunch when
we lost a bunch
when the
Yeah, man.
tornado come through where
Yeah.
I worked. Maximus got leveled,
Yeah.
and we got
So
what do you think about? You know, we've hit on a lot of things, and a lot of the things that we're hitting on have a lot to do with mental health.
yeah.
What is your position on mental health and what we can do better in that area? Because I mean, I think a lot of, you know, with the schools and the homes and the people feeling down and this and that, and you know, the sexual orientation that sometimes people say that falls in mental health, but I mean, mental health's pretty broad.
It is. It is. Feel very strong about mental health and the issues they face and the struggles. We have an autistic son, and that's the reason my wife, she went into teaching severely autistic kids, and that's what she's done for the past 20 some years. She's a MSD teacher.
I'm glad we
And-
brought this up.
Yeah, she went into that because of our Otis Bowie. He's autistic, severely autistic, and yeah, those kids are special, you know, and they need to be treated special. They take a whole different approach. They're teachable. It just takes somebody who loves them, you know.
there needs to be more parent education for that too, because I think a lot of parents don't understand what it takes.
A lot of parents don't, and that's one thing that we've been doing for a while is educating parents on, you know, the diagnosis of their child, you know, and that's something that needs to really be take more serious. You know, it needs took more serious. You know, and that's what I was saying. Like, You get a kid that's autistic, they give them iPad, so they're not a distraction. That's not the cure.
Mm-mm.
You know, that's part of the problem.
No, because a lot of them kids are super smart.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're teachable,
Yeah.
but an iPad ain't going to do it. And that falls back into like we need some structure in our school systems. You know, and it's not the teacher's fault. It's not the principal's fault. It's what they're forced to do.
You were making a point on this on one of your videos about how sometimes the only meal kids get are at school.
At school, yeah. That's another reason for wanting to raise minimum wage. It's for the kids. You know, it's not for us. It's for the kids.
No, like you said, we've already lived our life.
We've lived our life, man. Like, there's no reason we should be out working a minimum wage job anyways. You know, like, if that's what you choose, that's what you choose. But those jobs are for kids. Like, the kids are in school that have to buy their own clothes and their own vehicle because their parents can't help them or won't help them, or their parents are on drugs.
Or their parents want them to have structure.
Or, yeah, our kids work.
I
You
mean,
know,
Sean, Jericho's boy, he works.
Yeah.
And it's not because of anything. Hey, you need to learn this responsibility. You need to get in the routine. You go to work. This is your money to have to go out on. This is your money.
Yeah, he's got 2 bills.
Yeah.
So he only makes $8 an hour.
Yeah.
And he averages about 25 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I put 2 bills on. I said, if you want to keep your cell phone, you're going to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought him a car. I said, if you want that car, you're going to pay for the insurance on it.
Yeah.
That's the only 2 bills he has.
I like your style, man.
And, well, them 2 little bills. He's like, God, it's breaking me.
But it is.
It is. It really is.
At $8 an hour, it is. You know, because I mean, how much while he's going to school, how much time can he give to work?
Yeah.
And then how much does the work that he gives take away from the school? You know, so you have to find that medium, and there's obviously not enough money at the end.
Sorry, I misspoke. He makes $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, minimum wage.
Yeah, I thought he was making $8 an hour. Sorry,
we're going to do a little better than that.
Yeah, I was giving him a little bit of credit.
No, you're not wrong. Now that you explain it like that, you're right. You know, people that
on the drugs or
the minimum wage.
Yeah.
People that are more established start looking for $7.25.
No, listen, let me tell you something.
I'm not too good to work that.
Yeah, I'm not either.
But that wouldn't be my first pick. In fact, that'd be at the very bottom of my.
I mean,
list.
I'm not too proud to work. Like if we need a little extra money, I walk around the neighborhood and see who needs their yard mowed. Like I ain't a bit ashamed. I get out and pick up pot cans if I need to. Right. I don't care. You know, like I'm not going to ask for a handout. I'm not a bum. You know, I'm self-made, and that, you know, I take pride in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm proud. Like I said, I'm proud to be American. You know,
Kenny Williams wants to know your thoughts on Mary Jane, not the person, the plant.
That's a big topic. You know, that's about as big a topic as the data centers.
We're going to have to bring you back.
Yeah,
like I don't feel like we've
even touched the surface yet.
Got the surface of it.
No, there's a lot that we
got
need
time before the primary, but
yeah, there's a lot we need to talk about. The marijuana, medical marijuana, whatever. You know, that
I feel like I got to hear you say, "I'm cool with it."
Well, I am, but I've been
can't be a moonshiner and not be cool with it.
I've actually
like your neighbor.
Yeah, I've actually
Kentucky's #1 cash crop. There
I've actually thought about the marijuana deals for a while. You know, you got the medical marijuana and then the recreational marijuana. You know, medicinal use purposes, all that. Okay, but if you're going to smoke it, you're going to smoke it regardless, and I accept that. You know, I realize that, you know, so let's make it benefit Kentucky. If we're going to legalize it, it has to be grown here in Kentucky.
When you're governor, I've got land for you to.
That's what I'm saying. Like all them tobacco fields we talked about, that's not tobacco fields no more. That's nothing. Let's give our farmers the opportunity to file a permit, which would be virtually nothing.
They would have to do that tobacco, right?
Yes.
Right.
And
Same process.
yes. And let's let the marijuana replace all them tobacco crops we lost.
And that would be more beneficial to cleaning the air in Kentucky because marijuana plant puts out more oxygen and filters more air than one.
And
Listen to that old.
I think that
I'm just saying.
I think that it would be cool to legalize it, but it has to be grown in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let our farmers grow it. And the marijuana that we grow, you know, we sell in Kentucky. And then if we can get big enough growing it, we'll sell it to other states. But there'll be no out-of-state marijuana in Kentucky.
And that's where we keep.
And that's where I stand on that.
Work stays. And that's
Yes, that brings
more
jobs, you know, and it makes the people that want to smoke it, it makes them happy. And we legalize it, and the people that don't want to smoke it, they ain't got to. But you got to,
Same as alcohol.
but you got to realize the people that want to smoke it, they're going to smoke it regardless. So let's use it to benefit Kentucky.
There was a man at church that said, "You want to make the Bible the biggest book ever? Outlaw it." Everybody want a Bible then.
Yep.
You know, and that's kind of goes back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not stopping anybody from anything.
No, you're not going to stop them. They're going to do what they want to do.
And then we keep relaxing the law instead of cashing in on it. And that's what we're doing, relaxing it. We've moved it from one schedule, one narcotic.
Last year, though, when they was doing all this medical marijuana stuff, you know, issuing permits to, you know, certain companies, they charged a $5,000 filing fee.
Yeah, we're not going to do
for the permit, right?
Well, yeah,
then I know one or two companies that got issued a permit and then sold their permit to a bigger company.
Yeah, we're not doing that
for like triple the price.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of these.
You realize how many
dispensaries here in the local area that came that are not locally owned. They're from Colorado and California and other places that came here.
You know,
no, that's not the job. That's not the jobs I was talking about. The marijuana is not the jobs. That adds to it. I mean, that adds some jobs for farmers.
Hey, and then we could get, give our kids jobs selling snacks.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, the jobs I was actually talking about a while ago, I don't want to get too far into it because, like, I'm not the governor and I don't really have the pull to do it. I've got some big companies, a couple of them out in Texas that have, you know, they said that they would come to rural Kentucky, you know, and open some factories, some steel places, you know, and aluminum places and stuff like that. Really good paying jobs that rural Kentucky needs. And those are the jobs I'm talking about. They're industrial jobs. And not growing marijuana jobs. That's kind of funny, but you know, that is jobs, you know, but the jobs I was talking about, the businesses I've talked to and that are willing to come, you know, under a few circumstances that they're big industrial businesses, like they'll employ thousands of people and it'll really help rural Kentucky. You know, that's the jobs I was talking about. I was just answering a question.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
We're getting to the last 5 minutes of the show. We have 3 questions that we ask everybody.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to hear your answer about one of them.
Yeah.
Particularly.
I think we know that answer already.
It's based on prior conversation. And before we ask you those questions, we want to get you locked in on coming back. You'll come back and talk to us.
Anytime.
Right?
Yeah, we barely got touched.
Like I feel like, man, there's so much you got to say and so much that you're saying, and you're saying it so straight, people need to hear it.
Yeah, I'd really like to tell you why I'm running for governor.
All right, let's do that.
If we got time.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what? We'll wait. Do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the reason I'm running for governor, it's very plain and simple. One, I love our kids. One, it's corrupt. One, somebody's got to stand up against the corruption. And Lord willing, it starts with me. That's what I'm fighting for. Like I said, I ain't doing it for fame or fortune. You know, I'm doing it for the people. And the reason I'm doing it, we're from Clay County. We lived over there where that flood went through about 5 years ago. Some of the nastiest stuff I've ever seen in my life. Here we are 5-6 years later, and there's still homeless people over there. Still people without homes. You know, the destruction we seen over there, it was unreal. And we had no help. You know, I never seen the governor come. I never seen the governor wade out in water and help people. I never seen the governor getting people and taking them to dry land or nothing. You know, I don't even know if he knows we had a flood. Everybody was worried about like Asheville and Pigeon Forge and stuff like that. You know, nobody was worried about Eastern Kentucky, not even Kentucky. So then we get over that mess and we move to London. Lo and behold, tornado goes right through our front yard, 100 foot from the front door. The destruction, again, was unreal. You know, we lived right in the middle of it. Now, during that flood, I was out helping everybody I could help. Anybody that needed help, I would help them. I ain't nobody, right? I ain't the governor. I ain't nobody. During the tornado, I took off work. You know, I missed making money working for myself to help people. You know, we walked and we helped, and I got a truck. You know, we did everything we could, and I never seen the governor. He never came and picked up, you know, nothing. He never come and helped. You know, that's our governor. That's our leader. That's a shoulder to lean on. That's somebody we look up to. He ought to rolled his sleeves up or put some work clothes on and been right in the middle of that, because I was. Little fat bearded dude off the Moonshiner show, he was right in the middle of it, helping everybody that needed help. I donated money out of my own pocket. We took food from our own house. And I did everything I possibly could to help people, because I feel that's what God put me on this earth to do, was to help people. You know, and I never seen the governor. I did see Reed Shepherd, and I was like, oh my God, I got starstruck. I was like,
let's go, Reed.
I was like,
on top of houses. And
I was like, man, this dude can fly in from the NBA and help these people that he owes nothing to, but our governor can't.
Well, the governor did come in to get his picture took with Mayor Whittle and Reed Shepherd.
He came in and he stayed at the airport for about, we can see the airport from the house.
Right.
He was there about 15 minutes. I tried to go over and
just get
talk to him.
pictures.
And I was wanting to tell him some stuff, but I didn't get to, wasn't allowed. But I've seen all that, right? And that's the reason I'm running for governor.
Yeah.
The governor should be somebody you can lean on and trust. Somebody you know. Somebody you know that's got your back.
Ground zero in every bad situation.
And you better believe that I will be right in the middle of it. If we go to war, I will lead the front line. I will fight for Kentucky. I will die for Kentucky. And I love each and every person in Kentucky. You cut me open and I bleed Kentucky.
Except Louisville. I don't know if I don't count Louisville.
Read that very last one.
No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely, I'd be right in the middle of Louisville. When they was talking about having that purge and riots and stuff up in Louisville, you can ask my wife. I loaded everything I had to fight with in my pickup truck, and I headed that way. I would fight for yuns just the same as I would these guys sitting in this room. You're Kentuckians, and I love you. Lexington, Louisville, Frankfort, every one of you. If you reside in the state of Kentucky, you reside in my heart.
All right.
Now, what was you on to ask me?
Questions.
3 questions.
Do you believe in aliens?
Hey, look, it's no
Hey,
joke.
listen, the universe is a big place.
This ain't no joke.
I've never seen an alien, but the Bible don't say there's not. So I'm not opposed to it.
Okay.
Now, I'm the kind of person I got to see it to believe it.
All right, so this is going to be a very interesting next
Okay.
question. Do you believe in Bigfoot? These are questions we ask everybody. Everybody's
Okay.
ever been on our show.
So if you go watch some of my videos, yes.
You've seen it then.
Yeah.
Because that's what you just said. You just said.
He said he caught Bigfoot before.
If he ain't seen it, he ain't really believe it.
Right.
Me and Turtle Man actually went looking for him once. And, that's getting on silliness, but I've got a great sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love the Bigfoot stuff. It's big tourist attraction. I mean, it's awesome anywhere you put it. You know, I've never physically seen or touched a Bigfoot, but the Poochie Woochie. There's a lot of stuff out there in them hills, Gary. All right, 3rd question.
Do you believe in ghosts, paranormal?
Somebody does.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a ghost. Now, I've seen a lot of stuff I can't explain in the coal mines. He probably is a ghost. I believe in the Holy Ghost because I'm full of it.
Well, you got somebody rolling their eyes over.
She believes in them.
She's acting like you have seen her.
There's a matter of seeing it and just feeling something's not right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I've never seen a ghost, but like I've had the hair stand up on my arms before in a situation. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Or I've been in a spot and a temperature change.
Yeah.
Like crazy. I took photos and there'd be little orbs in it. I've never seen a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I know where
seen
you're going.
Everything else, or felt everything else, and I don't want to see any ghosts. I don't care if they're good ghosts, bad ghosts. It makes no matter to me. I don't want to see any of them. The Holy Ghost.
I know.
Holy Ghost.
I know personally, he has seen something that could only justify a ghost,
but never seen a ghost.
I've seen a bunch of things in the coal mines that I'm not. I've got some good stories to tell, but I don't believe in it. I mean, I've. That's next time.
All right.
I just like to say, like big government don't like people like me. They don't like somebody that tries to unite the people.
Mm-hmm.
And if something was to happen to me, I am not going to kill myself. So please call Joe Kenda.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's my homicide guy.
Yeah,
We watch him on Hulu.
Cause if something happens to me, somebody done it, and Joe Kenda will figure it out.
You know who he is? He's like the top leading homicide inspector.
No, I'm gonna have to look.
And
him up.
he's
tough.
He's a straight faced gotcha dude.
Yeah, he's like me. I mean, just straight shooter. It is what it is.
Joe Kendall. Joe Kendall. Is
Joe
that Joe
Kenda.
Kenda.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got the T-shirt.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to have you back on.
Absolutely.
Guys, Friday we have 606 Predo Hunters or Pred Hunters. They're going to be on the show.
I like that.
Yeah, they're going to be on the show. They're going to talk about their latest bust with the pedophiles and predators and everything.
Joe Kenda, homicide hunter.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Yeah. But please call him if something happens to me.
We will.
Okay.
Guys, make sure to share the episode. We're going to be releasing clips of this. This is the best way to get Bruiser's message out, guys.
Yeah.
Is share it. Go to his page. Share his page. Share his stuff. It's a big deal. It's our kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's our kids that we're talking about. With that said, Jericho, we have next Monday, we have a trivia night at Harvey.
Yes. So definitely, that needs to be the biggest thing. Get that out next Monday, the 22nd. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7. We're going to have a few different characters there. We're going to have Chevy Shaker. We're going to have Kentucky.life.
You're welcome to join us if you'd like.
Yeah, it's a local trivia thing that we're doing next Monday.
A trivia game there.
Or conspiracy trivia at Harvey's.
Yeah, you might
At
figure out
Hardee's?
Harvey's.
Yeah. Harvey's on Main.
Yeah, not Hardee's.
About 2
Hardee's.
blocks down the road.
Next Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be here.
Yeah,
You want the comedian, not the governor. right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Because it'll be a live show too.
Okay.
And there'll be Jerry from Kentucky.live.
I'll
He
bring
has about 600,000 followers. He's going to be there.
I'll bring the comedian then, not the governor.
And it'll be a real good time for everybody. So and want to mention that Kenny's, the other Rogers, has a huge show this weekend at Kenny Rogers, the venue.
You okay?
So Kenny Rogers got a show on the 20th. We have 22nd. Zone Perception has a grand opening July 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, we got so much going on. Please hang out, stay with us, and have a good time.
So, everybody, love you and peace out.
And that's it.